welcome to a short puppet art review, and Incredibles 2 is awesome! Oh my goodness, I wanted to film this last night right after I saw the movie, but we have quiet hours here so I couldn't, but it was so amazing! Okay, now that I got that out of my system, allow me to explain. There has been a lot of hype behind this. People have been asking for years, for over a decade for this movie. It's been 14 years of waiting. That's enough time for someone to be born and be a teenager in time to see this. Kids have gone through their whole lives and now there'll be kids born and they'll never know the pain of waiting 14 years to see the sequel. It's crazy. But the question is, does it live up to the hype? And I would have to say yes, it certainly does live up to the hype. Incredibles 2 is a fun-filled, action-packed thing, and oh my goodness, the action scenes in this. That's like the best part, one of the best parts of the movie. All the action scenes are so fast and quick-paced and so well edited and animated, you feel like you're just right in the moment with them. You are there all the way and you feel every action moment. It is so awesome! I'm not gonna talk about any big spoiler stuff here because I want everyone to be able to go out and see this. I know that there's already a lot of reviews already ranting and raving about it, and honestly, I agree with all of them. We all talk about how long people had been waiting for this, and this was the Pixar sequel everyone wanted to see the most. Out of all the others, this was the one that people would, why haven't you made a sequel yet? Why haven't you made a sequel yet? Well, they did, so now we're going to have to find something else to say that about. But the nice thing about The Incredibles 2 is it really focuses in on all of the family characters. The first movie, they were all there, but it mostly focused on Mr. Incredible and his character arc throughout most of the first film. This one, you feel like you get a nice balance between all of the characters. You learn more about characters that you didn't learn as much about, and we knew a lot about Mr. Incredible, so he doesn't have as large of a prominent role here as he did in the first one, but I think that's fair, because the whole first movie was mostly about Mr. Incredible and his story, and now it had a chance to tell about the stories of the rest of the super family and what's going on with them and their conflicts and struggles. And it all balances well together, so it doesn't feel like one character's outshining the other in the family. They're just all have a very strong screen presence, and even the baby got more screen time, and it is awesome. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm sure you've heard that there's an epic battle that the baby has, and it is truly a fun, really funny battle. I'd go and tell you to see it just to watch that battle on the big screen. It's definitely worth it. I will say there were some parts that were kind of predictable. The villain was a little predictable. It kind of, but I don't think that was the point. There was some beats where you're like, okay, this is what's going to happen. This is probably the villain, or it's this person, and it turned out that it was. But that didn't ruin the film for me, because the point of The Incredibles was never to be too groundbreaking. The first one was groundbreaking, and I think they realized the second couldn't be as groundbreaking as the first, just because the first had already happened. So they weren't trying to one-up or make a big change in the animation community or anything. They just wanted to make an honest, fun, adventure-packed sequel to a really great superhero movie. And I think they really did that. This is up there with a lot of superhero sequel movies that we see now. There's a lot of superhero movies now. So this movie had a lot to compete with on the superhero spectrum, and it definitely did not disappoint. It's certainly up there with all of the great Marvel and DC movies that we've seen so far. In fact, I'd probably say that Incredibles 2 tops a lot of DC movies, except for maybe Wonder Woman. Yeah, DC, you're not doing so hot right now. So to quickly sum it up, Incredibles 2 is awesome. It certainly lives up to the hype. I still think the original is a little bit better than the sequel, but that's because it came first and nostalgia and all that stuff. But the sequel is certainly a good sequel. It definitely follows up the first one really well. It's certainly one of the best Pixar sequels. It's up there with the Toy Story sequels, and then, the other sequels are behind it, way behind it. So it's good to finally see a sequel that isn't a Toy Story one, that is actually really cool and good and worth seeing again. So what are you waiting for? Go out, go see Incredibles 2. You won't be disappointed. So if you like this video, make sure to go ahead and put a pause up and press that like button. And don't forget to comment and subscribe. Let us know what you think of Incredibles 2 if you already saw it. And you can go check out the other stuff on our channel. But, I mean, why would you just sit around and watch the rest of our stuff when Incredibles 2 is out and you haven't seen it yet? Go see Incredibles 2 first. Go see Incredibles 2 and then come back and watch everything else. Just do it. Wait a second. Uh-oh. You saw Incredibles 2 without me? Well, I had to write the review. Oh, I can't believe he did that. I said I wanted to go. That's it. We're going right now. Where are the car keys? We're going. Goodbye.